Starting off the day with a 2016 GLC 300 that's got 127,000 miles on it. Not a lot of notes on it other than the ignition switch acting up, but we'll see what this thing's doing. Okay, I had to put the jump box on. Ignition switch was glued inside, and the key as well. So, oh, it doesn't. Oh, you know what? A very common issue on the Mercedes is the ESL gets locked, the ignition switch, so that could be it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to fiddle around with this a little bit just to see if I can get it to turn at all. Alright, got a lot of codes here. Most of them are from the battery being dead. One of them has to do with the evap, which is current. Probably gonna have to be a wire that needs to be fixed. Let's see. I am gonna try to reset the electronic ignition lock. Let's see if we can reset it and maybe get it to twist. That seems like the best bet right now. See if it works. Switch off ignition. That's already off. Can't get it on. I can't switch on the ignition, bro. Come on, guys. Y'all know better than that. Well, we'll see what else we gotta do now. Alright, so once these ignition switches start to go out on these Mercedes, you can't really do it too much. You can't crank it too much. Once you do, it'll just lock out completely. So it looks like somebody probably cranked it a few too many times and it officially fully just shut itself off now. So I'm gonna just bank on this being the only issue. I'm gonna look at the rest of the car right now and see what's going on. Alright, overall everything looks pretty dry. Doesn't look like any oil leaks other than maybe from the actual oil cap over here, but that's just because the rubber right there, not too good. Doesn't look like anything is necessarily bad on this, just from the outside. Everything looks pretty dry down here. I don't know. I think I'm gonna take the risk on this one. 2013 F-150, got 166,000 miles. I'm not gonna lie, this thing is actually very clean for the miles in the year. Except for that sound. That's a blend door actuator for the AC. I know this thing was pretty well taken care of. We're about to see, I think this engine's shot. Oh my god, I hate the sound of that. If you ever hear that in any car, that's the blend door actuators. That's what controls basically the temperature on different sides. So if you got it blowing hot here and cold here, blend door actuator, no good. Let's see what this thing does. Okay, that's definitely jump box not giving enough power at least. One last try. No, I got the jump box on there good. This might need a few jump boxes. I'm just gonna assume engine is locked on this, just to be safe. It looks like it's run about a few times here. So engine costs $3,500 on this car, so I guess I will calculate that in, and if I can get it for less than $3 grand, I'll take it. Now this is the one I'm excited to see. This is a 2015 Sierra 1500 with the 6.2 engine. But according to the auction, they're saying it's the engine and transmission, so very unlikely that it's both. However, the engine is $4 grand and the transmission is $2,700, so I'll have to factor that in and see what's going on. Alright, see what's going on. Okay. Takes gear. I'm about to have to bump this little guy. Oh, it moves. hold up. Let me look at the notes. Let me look at the notes, what they said. I just gotta be sure on this. Transmission in-op, engine noise. Delays taking gear and limp mode. Okay, it does have a slight delay. Okay, it's got about a 2-second delay. I mean, I would rather the transmission be bad than the engine. Let's go ahead and put the scanner up to this thing and see what's going on. Alright, it's been warming up a little bit. Got the AC on in here so I can cool down. Also, can you guys please just subscribe? Because it's hot as hell out here and I'm doing this. So just, you know, appreciate your boy. Anyways, back to what I was saying. We've got multiple misfires, or engine misfire detected, but it feels like multiple misfires. We'll see what's going on with this thing, because after it warmed up, it's definitely got a lot more rough, but I don't know what that is. We'll have to see. Also, for further reference, transmission can, oil can, everything's dry down here. The subframe's definitely got some oil on it. I'm not sure where from exactly, but that looks like it could be very old stuff that just dried up on there. You can see everything shaking from the misfire. I'm going to take the risk on this if it goes cheap, but yeah, definitely seems like hopefully total a spark plug. If not, engine rebuild, because I am not buying engine for this board. Got this 2017 Cadillac CTS with only 72,000 miles on it. Actually a pretty clean car overall. Says transmission's got issues or something online on the, let me see. Hold up. What does it say? Oh wait, I removed this one from my watch list because I thought it was transmission. I came to just drive it anyways, just to have a car to drive around. And it sounds like the rest of them, just like the last one. Differential. They're always differential. It's almost never transmission on these. So yeah, it's got that weird sound in the back. I'll see if I can capture. Oh, here we go. Let me close the window. You guys can probably hear it right now. Very strong sound in the rear. It is not in the front. So, about a $600 differential, and that should fix everything. Overall, this car actually drives pretty good. So, I'll add this one back onto the list. I was not even planning on test driving this, but needed me some AC and some cooled seats. Alright, the car I am actually here for. I've been waiting on this one for 3 weeks. 2018 Audi SQ5 Prestige. I do want this as my personal. It does have 83,000 miles. People are scared of Audi. I am not. I love them, even though they can be junk sometimes. Oh wow, they gave this a really bad condition report, but the body is in like nearly flawless shape. Okay, you see what the interior is looking like. Okay, no bad smell. All right, I'm really hoping this thing doesn't disappoint me mechanically right now. SQ5 mats, nice. Alright, moment of truth. Have I been waiting for no reason? Okay. We're gonna go ahead and get the scanner hooked up. Comfort mode. Dynamic. Suspension adjust. And exhaust should be open. Yep. Alright, now let's check under the hood and under the car. See how everything looks. But scanner checked out. Not really anything popped up, so pass. The drive is what matters now, after checking everything else. It does have a splash shield on the bottom, and it does look like there's probably leak, but I won't be able to tell until I get that off. But this one is green light. However, since this would be my personal, turbo would be getting upgraded to a Pure 750. High flow downpipe. Trying to think what else I'd be upgrading. Intercooler, high pressure fuel pump, fuel injectors, and then I'd be running a stage 3 plus tune on it. These cars can actually go more than double the horsepower of stock once properly upgraded and tuned, so they can get up to about 739 horsepower with the right tune upgrades. That is why I want one, because it is a pretty small SUV, and I think it'd be pretty funny to just pull up on people and be going fast as hell. Not bad. If I end up getting a deal on this thing, I might not go stage 3 plus and might just go stage 3 just to keep the engine a little more safe inside. So I'd be closer to 600 horsepower. I don't think I want to push 740. I feel like this engine is not made to handle that much, even though there are tunes made for it. But let's get into the test drive. Also, brake pads and rotors feel like trash, so those would have to be changed. Sign recognition currently restricted. Had that before. Let's do a little slow one. Feel the shifts out. Shifting right around 2,700 RPMs. I think I smell some oil burning already. There goes my whole bag. Holy. Bye-bye Milwaukee bag. Alright. Let's see now. Alright, there we go. Dude, for being absolutely stock right now, this thing feels insane. I don't believe this is stock. There's no way. There's gotta be something that's been done to this. Not sure if they topped it off or what, but oil level is showing at the max. So maybe there's some oil on the outside of the car that's just burning. I don't know. But there's no codes anywhere at all. This thing is completely cleared on the computer. There is nothing at all. So I'm gonna trust it. It's green light. Worst case scenario, I tell the auction, give me some money to fix this, or they take it back. I don't know. But yeah. The next video that I make, if I get this car, would be me doing all the upgrades on it and then running a dyno. So, we'll see.
363, thank you. I would have bought it 9 on my 3 on vein. David have bought it 9 on my vein. 2021, 2. David have bought it 9 on my 43. I would have bought it 9 on my 3 on my 5. David have bought it 9 on my 17. Time 3 down 1, 2. David have bought it 9 on my 3 on my 5. David have bought it 6 on 10. I would have bought it 9 on my 7. David have bought it 9. David have bought it 4 down 1. David have bought it 9 on my 2. 3. David have bought it 9 on my 4 5. 6 on 10. I'm 17 time 1,000 $100 down 10 51 down. I would have bought it 9 on my 2, 3, David have bought it 52 and 3. I would have bought it 9 on my 4, David have bought it 9 on my 5, David have bought it 9 on my 5, David have bought it 9 on my 5 here, David have bought it 9 on my 5 I would have bought it 9 on my 5 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 on my 2, 54 100 4 5 60 100 I would have bought it 310. I would have bought it 3 on 10, David have bought it David have bought it 9 on my 10 down, David have bought it 9 on my 12 down 1, I would have bought it 9 on my 12 1. I would have bought it 9 on my 1 2, David have bought it 9 on my table, David on my 3, David have bought it 9 on my 50, David have bought it 9 on my 4 and 5, David have bought it 9 on my 5, David on my 3 down 7. I would have bought it 9 on my 7, David on my 10 down, David have bought it 9 on my 13, David have bought it down 1 2, David have bought it 9 on my table, down, David have bought it down 3 down 4. I would have bought it 9 on my 4 David have bought it 9 on my 2 David have bought it 9 on my 6, David on my 7 David have bought it 9 on my baby, down, David have bought it 9 on my 10 down 5. I would have bought it 9 on my 50 down, David have bought it 9 on my 1, everybody down, everybody down on my 40 band, everybody down on my table, down on my 3. I'm everybody down 4, everybody down on my table now, everybody down on my 4, 40 pound. I'm everybody down 6, everybody down on my pound, 10 down 7, everybody down juicy 7. I'm everybody down paid, everybody down on my dang, make it down, 50 down, everybody down on my 50 band here. You want everybody down on my 51, juicy point, everybody down on my 115 point, Joey. Everybody down on my mama on my $100 down, everybody down on my point. So $15,000, 4 pounds, say 4 pounds, say cheap butter. Everybody down on.
All right, guys, it's a complete mess in here right now just to get the ignition switch out. However, what I did was I went ahead and just moved over the board from the original into a new housing from the one I bought, because these little gears here that spin, that's what's stuck. So that's the problem with it. So there shouldn't be any programming involved. Let's see what it does. Let's see what happens. The engine sounds good. Just like that. Just got to get a battery for this 2016 GLC 300 tomorrow. So this one was a W. Engine's good. It does have an engine light, so got to scan that once I get the new battery in, and I will go from there on it. But so far this one seems like a big W. Now that it's not dark outside, I can actually look at this battery, which I already got a replacement one. This thing is tiny, and it's got, can't see it right now, but 523 cold cranking amps. This car requires 800. So yeah, I think they just threw any battery in here just to get it to run through at the auction. But yeah, go ahead and get this replaced and should run fine. Old battery, new battery, big difference. Ready. Looks like we got maybe a bad key or a bad switch. When you do a full crank, does not start. But if you do the slightest little, it cranks. So I don't know if the key is bad or the switch. GLC 300 is good mechanically, at least. Just got to get my friend out here to check, because I don't know much about Mercedes keys. I do know they work on an infrared system. So I don't know if maybe it's just not detecting the actual turn point of the key to where it should crank. He'll know more than me about that, so I'm gonna have him look at that. But yeah, that's still a W. Also got this 21 F-150 Power Boost, which is the 3.5 hybrid. Had a bad transmission, so we already replaced that. However, the one that we got, the used one, only had 20,000 miles, but it was already tampered with. So it came in and I could tell that some bolts were already taken out. And when I opened it, the auxiliary pump for the transmission fluid was definitely swapped out or something. And I went ahead and, this is the new one actually. This is the one from the transmission that's currently in there. I took the pump from my original transmission that was bad, swapped it over, and then also added these seals because those were missing. There's like these fluid guides that are supposed to be right here, and those were missing, which means fluid can't make it in there. So no fluid going up to the actual components that need fluid. So that was a headache. Had to figure that one out. But I'm gonna get a partial refund at least on the transmission, so works out. The Audi SQ5. This thing is beautiful. Look at this interior. Diamond stitching, panoramic sunroof. Also got the interior lighting on here. Can't see it much right now, it's not too dark out. Got some carbon, more carbon, a little more carbon, some Alcantara, however y'all want to say it. But yeah, I'm very excited about this. There's only one issue with it, and I'm about to show you guys what that is. This is the code we're dealing with, which has to do with the audio system, or the information electronic system, which basically runs all the audio. Fiber optic most data bus open circuit. So you'd think maybe there's a shorted wire, or like a split wire somewhere, something like that. That is not the case, and I'm going to show you guys how to diagnose these. Also forgot to mention, this is the issue I'm having right now. Currently unavailable, no volume. So amplifier is not doing what it's supposed to. Now these are fiber optic closed loop cables, so you can use these to test everything except for that information electronics module, because that's the main one where the fiber actually comes out from, but you can use it on any other module that's on the most bus. So I'm going to show you guys how to read the codes after. After clearing the code and rereading it now, this is the code we're left with. Digital sound system control module, which is the amplifier back there. No communication. There is nothing to do with the fiber connection anymore because it is closed off. So now I've narrowed it down to that, and the amplifier is bad. I may not have audio right now, but I do have a beautiful interior and launch control. Let's see how this goes. Nobody behind me, nobody behind me. All right, we're gonna stop right here, let this car pass. Not too bad, not too bad for stock. Next video will more than likely be me adding upgrades to this car. Basically the ones I mentioned earlier in the video. Gonna probably do half of those upgrades first, and then I'm gonna throw in some more. So that's it for this one, guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one with the big turbo. Peace.